He's trying to do the job, but he doesn't really want to do the job. Let's be honest. Sammy Hagar has always had a shit attitude when it comes to playing old Van Halen songs. Now, listen, you take the job, that's part of the job. I don't care what you tell me. You're going to go and take the job as a lead singer of Van Halen, and you're going to say, I don't want to play any Van Halen. I mean, you got a lot of balls. Don't get me wrong. He brought in There's Only One Way to Rock, and let me tell you something. They do the best version of that song I have ever heard. And,
I agree. I agree.
But come on, man. You come in, you got to... I mean, he did right by Panama. He did it good. But, you can't just bang it out. But what did you make of Panama?
I thought he did a good job of it. I like it. And, of course, it's great to hear some older Van Halen before he joined.
Right.
I mean, he certainly did it justice. He certainly didn't massacre it or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, maybe it's a little rushed, but I think all the songs... Well, it's funny because sometimes I think, like, all the songs are a little rushed.
Yeah.
Like they're going a little faster.
Yeah.
But I feel like the pace is faster, but I don't feel like the songs are any shorter.
Yeah.
They don't feel any shorter because of that.
Right.
Maybe because they're jamming longer, Ed's taking a longer solo, they're goofing around a little more, stuff like that.
Right. That's true. Now, this is the part where Best of Both Worlds technically was supposed to be, right after Panama. But that actually got moved up, like we mentioned earlier. Interesting enough is after Best of Both Worlds, they played Addicted to Love by Robert Palmer, which the band was obsessed with. That song came out that summer by Robert Palmer, who was a popular singer and also was in the Power Station with the guys from Duran Duran and Tony Thompson and stuff. That hit Bang a Gong. But then the funny thing is that if you ever watch the Unleashed special, the band used to warm up backstage to Addicted to Love. They loved the groove of it, and it was just a fun, playful, stupid cover. They ended up bringing it on stage and doing it. I actually saw it at my show. I saw them at the Meadowlands. They played the Meadowlands, and I saw them. They played 4 nights at the Meadowlands, and I saw them on one of the nights, and they played Addicted to Love. That's when they played that. They cut that out. Okay, they cut that out.
Did they do that full on, Dave, or was that just an add-on to the already really long Best of Both Worlds?
You know what? Okay, all right, so wait a second. This is what happened in the tour. They started doing it as an add-on, and then they started doing the whole goddamn song.
Oh, okay.
And when I saw them, they did a Montrose song, Make It Last.
Right.
They did that live. That was crazy.
They would fade in and out the covers they would do on any given night.
Right.
So that's one
true.
of them.
So now, okay, so we get to Love Walks In. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a masterpiece. Love Walks In is a great tune. I love the song. But this trumps the version on the fucking album tenfold. This is a unbelievable rendition of this song. Now, the funny thing is, I have to say about it on the video, is you get Panama next to Love Walks In. And it is just a perfect side-by-side comparison of the old Van Halen and new Van Halen. So Panama, representing the old Van Halen, to Love Walks In. Like, it is such miles away from Panama, yet it was only, a year or 2 years after. It's just funny, to have them paired next to each other. You really never saw that again, but it was just here on this video. To see them next to each other like that was wild. Like, how is this even the same band? They're totally different songs. But this song, this is really a very indicative Van Hagar song. The reason why this was so good is Ed is live on keyboards. He's playing like a madman. And fucking Sammy comes in on guitar that doubles the melody line to the keyboards. I'm sorry. I don't know why the hell they didn't do that on the album. And even if you had Ed do it, it was tremendous. Right, Dave? I mean, the way he comes in, oh my God, it's smoking.
Sam definitely adds when he's playing guitar on this song.
Yeah.
And again, it's a nice live touch.
Right.
Sam plays just enough guitar to make it worth the while. And on this song, you really notice it because he's playing the lead instead of Ed. And he does a very admirable job. He does, he's solid as a guitarist. There's
totally.
nothing wrong with him.
Underrated.
Yeah, including by him.
Yeah.
Including by himself.
Yeah.
He really underrates himself as a guitar player.
Right.
I mean, but let's face facts. Like when you go into a Van Halen show, you want to see Ed play.
Of course.
But I think the way they added Sam in guitar was perfect. It was just enough.
Yeah.
He's in on his own songs. When Ed is playing primarily keyboard, Ed will add some guitar.
Right.
And it works great. I agree with you. I think his guitar work on this song live really brings it home.
Yeah.
Really makes it worthwhile.
Absolutely.
I don't necessarily agree that it's better than the studio version.
Really?
But
okay.
I do like the fact that Sam adds to the I guess it's the melody line, the guitar.
Yep.
While Ed's playing the keyboard.
It really gives it a fuller, lusher sound.
Yes, I will agree with you there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the backgrounds are, they're unbelievable. It's hard to believe that they're live. I mean, it's so good. The backgrounds are amazing. It's very cinematic, the way it was filmed, this particular song, and it worked well as a standalone video, I'll tell you that much. And let me tell you, it was really a perfect setting and mood for this song. It really just worked well. Now, here's the weird part of this whole thing. Another cut. So now, next song should have been Good Enough, which is a great song. I know you're a big fan of that song, Dave. Good Enough, and they did this fantastic live cutout.
I guess it wasn't good enough.
It wasn't good enough. And so that gets sliced out, and you have in here, if you listen, you can hear the cut. You hear the audience, and then you hear the audience again, and the audience, you can hear the cut in the audience because they sound different from one to the other, and that's where they cut it. It goes into Ed's guitar solo. Now, Sam comes out. He pays such good homage to Ed. He says, this is my favorite part of the show. I get to sit down, have myself a nice, cold one, and listen to the greatest guitar player in the world, Mr. Edwin Van Halen, which is very nice of him.
Now comes my favorite part of the show. It's my favorite part of the whole evening. We've been on tour since March, and I have no better time anytime than right now, because I get to go sit down, have myself a nice cold one, and listen to the greatest rock and roll guitar player in the world, Mr. Eddie Van Halen.
Ed comes on. This is like a freaking 12-minute solo. And wow, when I saw this live, I'm going to shit my pants. This was unbelievable. I mean, Eddie just delivers. And I'm going to give credit to the director. He really killed it on this. The way he filmed Ed, okay, on this video was just tremendous. And this guy's name is Daniel Kleinman. I mentioned him earlier. Wow. He captured the fury and the sweat and the anguish of Ed's solo. He did some cutaways where first of all, he showed you his hands. He got you right in there. You saw everything he was doing. Ed's sweat. I mean, it was just unbelievable. And I like how he starts off soft. And he's playing 316. Or 316. I'm sorry, Ron's going to kill me by saying 316. 316. 316. He sits down. Now, this is 5 years before it even gets released? This was that bluesy kind of riff that he was doing. He was just working on that song at the time. Sat at the edge of the stage and did 316 a little bit. Just a minute of it, not the whole thing. And then he comes on and he's playing parts of Eruption. And he's playing, I think he played parts of Spanish Fly too, right? And then he was playing, I think, Cathedral and parts of Mean Street, and then even some newer stuff like that you didn't hear before. Oh my God. I remember as a kid, my head was falling off my shoulders when I saw this. Because to own this on video and to have like Ed's solo like that, all the cool effects, and oh my God, it was, and Alex coming in at the end, and oh my God, it was just tremendous. What did you make of the solo?
Oh, totally worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. Ed is the only one who should be getting a solo,
right? Yeah,
during the show,
right.
and absolutely, it should be on the video.
Oh yeah.
And again, it was great. He was on top of his game, and this is where you really heard some of the old stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because they'd be pulling out, all the songs you just mentioned,
right?
That were like, oh yeah, they did have some songs before.
Right.
And that was really the only place you were going to hear them is during Ed's solo. So that's definitely a nice treat. Just the master at work.
Oh, sure.
And you're right. The film work on this is really nice with the effects they use and things like that.
They have the Ed close up with the long shot on the side. I mean, just crazy the way he did it. And the way he zooms in on Ed, it's unlike any other part of the video. This guy really knew that whoever was buying this video really wanted this moment. Like, this was the key moment. And don't get me wrong, the whole thing's filmed beautifully. It really is. It's very well done. The cuts, the edits, the angles. But the way he captured Ed's solo, I've seen so many solo captured on video. It's just sort of plain. This guy made it interesting and really dynamic, and he built like drama to it. The way he angled, he kind of came from underneath Ed, but almost like if you were watching him from like the second row or something. It was really wild the way he had it lit and everything. The whole lighting of the whole goddamn video is wild. It's got this glow to it. It's hard to explain, but it's really fun. So now this is the big Hagar moment here. Oh, big Sammy and his big cock. He's hanging out. He comes out with a big I Can't Drive 55. He's on the rafters there, and he's